This weekend I'm doing the rock and roll half marathon. Not necessarily a race. It is a race, but not necessarily the way I'm treating it. I am doing this merely as a hard simulated workout, and it's the same weekend as some of my training partners are going to Houston. And you would ask the question of Hobbs, why aren't you in Houston? And it's simple. When they're all signing up and deciding if they're doing Houston or not, I was still injured. And so I didn't think I could get in the shape that I want to be in like 6 to 8 weeks. And so I ultimately decided that I want to do something the same weekend as them. So I'm staying on the same schedule, but I didn't want to go to Houston because my biggest thing is I didn't want to waste all that money to go to Houston to not be able to compete the way I want to compete. And if you guys are new to this channel, my name's Hobbs. So I'm calling up Tom or Hobbs. And I want to compete. I want to compete with the best in the country. And I wasn't in the shape that I think I'm in the shape that I want to be. I don't think I'm in the shape that I want to be in to be able to compete with the best. And so I'm not going to Houston for that reason. But I still want to compete. And so yeah, I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona to go do, I think it's Tempe actually. I don't know if there's a difference between Tempe and Phoenix, but yeah, I'm going to Tempe, Arizona to go compete in the rock and roll half and try to figure out where my fitness lies, because I generally don't know where my fitness lies. I've done a handful of workouts up here and I have not done too hot. I generally don't know where my fitness is. And so this is gonna be a good fitness indicator of like, hey, this is where you're at right now and this is where you need to be in 3 weeks time. And that is 3 weeks time being MESA. And MESA, I have goals that I wanna achieve, times that I wanna achieve. I would like to PR. My PR is 62:57. And so I wanna compete at the end of the day. And so I hope you guys enjoy the week. I plan on keeping the week simple. I plan on keeping my mileage relatively high. It's gonna be similar to what I would do in just a workout, just a regular week. And so I'll probably still have 2 workouts and mileage will probably be anywhere from 80 to 90. That's the sweet spot I've been doing with half marathon training. I don't necessarily need to be running 100 plus miles a week for the half marathon training sessions. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the week and let me know what other races you think I should do. Alright, so I dropped my car off at the shop, ran BYU, ran with the guys, and now I'm running back to go pick up my car. And it's like below 20 degrees. I am freezing. But yeah, welcome to race week. I'm sorry if you can't hear me because my lips are frozen. First rep, second rep. Chorus was nice enough to send me a bunch of their products. So I have the Chorus Pace Pro, and then they also send me the Chorus Pod 2s for your shoes. Weirdly heavy for some stupid reason. And then they also sent me the heart rate monitor. And so I'm gonna test it out for the next couple weeks and figure out and give you guys a review of what I think of these stuff. But I think I'm really excited. I think for the battery life, I've been craving a watch that has a lot of long battery life. And I think this is what that's gonna offer. But the user interface is gonna be tough to use because I used to be a Garmin boy and now I'm gonna be a Chorus man. So, yeah. Oh, ready? Come here. Get closer. Ready? First. Oh. Wow. That's satisfying, isn't it? It's currently snowing. I'm hoping we can take off
because I'm a little worried that the flight might get delayed, and this airline has history of canceling flights literally hours before, not even minutes before the flight takes off. And so, yeah. I was sitting next to this guy, and he was raising up this girl, like, raise. Get in. $10 likes right now. Go like and subscribe, and I will go full body in here. Like it, and I'll go all the way in, like head in. But I am 1 minute away from 10 minutes. So you got some time. I don't know if I want to do it. Damn, stop it, was. Damn. Almost did it. Almost got you. It wasn't that bad. Much. You too. I just got coffee to get the body going, waking up the body, and yeah, I'll be slowly nibbling on my breakfast. Like, I didn't have the greatest night of sleep last night, and it's expected. On race mornings, you can't really expect to sleep that well. I think a combination of your nerves and just anticipation kind of get the best of you. And so yeah, I think the nerves got the best of me last night, and just being in the stress of like not waking up like, to your alarm, you know. And so yeah, now I'm gonna slowly eat my breakfast, drink my coffee, and the most key important part of this car is I have heated seats, and so it's gonna warm up my back and my hammy, and so it's gonna be a good day. Let's get after it. I live in Autuki, and the race is in Tempe, and so it's about a 20-minute drive to get to the race. And so I want to get there nice and early to get really good parking. So for post-race, like, I have an easy access to leave, because you don't want to get stuck in race day traffic, and that's the worst part. And working for a racing company, I know the struggles and the importance of showing up early. And so yeah, that's the key part of race morning, is showing up early enough that you get really good parking, but at the same time it's good enough that you can leave during the race, because I'm going to be done roughly in about an hour and 5 minutes. And so everybody, most population of the people will still be running, and so I want to be able to leave, because there's no award ceremony, and so I don't have to stay around for the award ceremony, and so I can leave immediately and go get breakfast. So yeah, that's why I'm getting so early, and it's important to get there early so you don't have to stress about it. It's actually pretty cool seeing the whole process, because normally that's me. Like, that's me usually setting up for a race. Like, I'm usually the one that starts most of my company's races, and so it's kind of cool seeing the whole process of just a slightly bigger race slightly bigger name race. Like getting it done in the morning. That's like, it's hard. The mornings, like I'm a morning person, but like I'm a morning person when it comes to running, not working. Like when it comes to working, I like to work in the afternoons. Hence, most of my hours that I log on my work are in the afternoons. And so, yeah, that's actually pretty cool starting line. My car is relatively parked within, I think I was walking for 90 seconds. And so that's a good parking spot from the starting line. I mean, I'm also here 2 hours early, so it kind of explains why. And then now I'm walking to the finish line. The finish line is about 100 meters from the start line. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Just spin the legs, walking, and then go back to the car and stay warm until it's time to warm up. But yeah, there's a lot of security, like a lot. Yesterday I went and drove the course. Like I said, when I say there's a lot of security, like logistically, this kind of race is an absolute nightmare. My company doesn't do an out and back like most of rock and rolls, and a lot of rock and roll races are like a full round trip race, and so it means that you have to shut down both lanes of traffic. So like this whole road is shut down. That whole road is shut down, and so that's a logistical nightmare because you have to pay a lot of money to the city to shut down the road. 2, cops are expensive. Like you have to pay them their normal rate times, like it's times 1.5, and so you have to pay them a time and a half. And so that's expensive. So the expenses go through the roof. But like my company, we do a point to point, meaning we I guess we don't really have options because we do downhill races, and so it's all downhill, and so we only have to shut down one lane of traffic because they only go one direction. They're not coming back the other direction. And so for us it's a little easier, but we also take a lot of the hit with busing. Like busing is very expensive. So it's kind of cool seeing different races have different strategies for all this, but it's cool. Where are they? There's Clayton, there's Connor. I got lucky that the men's race is like at 6:45 Houston time, and Houston's an hour ahead of Phoenix. And so if they run the time they're supposed to run, slash the time they want to run, I'll be watching them finish as I'm finishing my warm-up. And so I'll probably run my warm-up with my phone, and so I can watch most of the race. Right now they're 4 minutes in,
that most of us can't even understand.
They're out there. Where's Joe? But there's Connor. It's Pacer is, I think, the Puma Elite guy, then Connor, then Hillary, then Clayton, and then I think Joe Pfeiffer. Back in the car, warming back up because I got really cold, and I was walking for probably almost 30 minutes. Main reason I wanted to go see the start line, I wanted to see the finish line, and then I had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't find a bathroom. So that's my biggest complaint so far, is the placement of the porta potties is very bad and the public restrooms are closed. And so that is my biggest complaint, is distribute the porta potties. Like, you guys are nailing it out of the park in every aspect, but the porta potties, they need to be placed better. And I didn't see any porta potties at the finish line, at the start line. So that I'm worried about, because you know, the nervous pee. And so, yeah. But dude, this half marathon is wild. Look at them. They are stringed out. Let me point over. They are stringed out in a straight line. Here, focus. In a straight line. That is a dream. Look at that. I mean, some people in the back seem like they're hanging out for dear life, but this is hype. We've been waiting for this day for a while. 8 minutes in, they're about a little under 2 miles, like 1.9 maybe. 1.8. This is hype.
The difference in the marathon and the marathon is the long.
Look at that.
That run needs to
Through
be normally
through the 5K, they ran 14:02 5K. That is 4:31 average. Clayton is a couple seconds back at 4:33 average. That is insane. They are killing it right now. Dude, I think he's got it. I like our man's, but yeah, there's not another American until 7th place, which is like 14 seconds back. So, I mean, they still have a chance to come and get them, but they look good. He looks like he's looking around, and so he feels good. But yeah, I'm gonna go warm up now. Dude, this is hype. Look at that. Connor is in first with maybe 12 minutes of running left. This is sick. This is gonna break the American record. That's awesome. Oh, here he goes. Come on, Connor. No! Come on, Connor. Ah! Damn it. Dang it! Second though. He's not gonna be happy with second, but American record. That's insane. Official time 59:17, which is an American record by like 30 seconds. So that's insane. Clayton finished, I think, hour and like 50 minutes. And like, I forgot what place, but I think maybe 0.1 miles away. And so I think it's warmer in here and I can shed more layers in here and get ready from here. I'll do my drills, strides, all in here while it's warm. And then with probably 10 minutes to go, I'll start heading over to the start. But this is the fit. There we go. On race day, I like to put on a fresh pair of socks, like right after the warm up. I don't know why. I think it's probably because the feet sweat. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but be my camera. You'll be my mirror, I mean. Come on. Okay, like right there. Works. And then I'm gonna eat this as I go to the starting line. So, this is the last time you see me until the race starts. Well. All right, I ran like an idiot. Let's start with that. I realistically thought I could run comfortably between 450 to 455 and win the race, but I didn't. Well, I guess technically on here I'm listed as the winner out of technicality, if we're going out of technicality. I averaged 455 on the race tracker. I ran 64:14. Like a tempo-ish effort. I think, like I said, I wanted to start out conservative, and I looked up the first 3 miles and saw that some dude was hammering like 452s, and I let him go. And that was probably way too dumb of me to let him go, because by the time I realized, I like mile 6, I looked up and I saw the gap, and I'm like, I was trying to calculate what the gap was between me and him, because like I was in third. I was like sitting next to the second place guy, and somebody gave me a heads up on Instagram saying like, hey, like giving you a heads up, like the guy that got second to me last year tends to go out fast, and so I just assumed it was him. And so I was like, well, I'll let him go, and then like I can comfortably like squeeze it down, because like I felt pretty decent, that I felt like I could squeeze it down. And so like, well, like mile 8, that's 5 miles. I should realistically, if I run sub 450s, like 5 seconds per mile, I can close a realistically 25-second gap. Like that's the biggest I thought it was gonna be. And I got to mile 8, start moving by myself. And then I look up at like mile 10 and I'm like, dang, like the gap doesn't look any closer. And then I like mile, I think 11 or 10 and a half, somebody yells, "Number 2, the gap is 35 seconds. And I was like, thanks. If you are a spectator of any sorts in a race course and you see first, second, and third, try to help them out and get this, like the gap split between first, second, and third. And I like that is the most important part. Like I could not appreciate it more than anything else. I appreciated it at the same time. It was demoralizing knowing that I had a 35-second gap that I had to close in 2.5 miles. And so I ran, I think 443, 449 or something like that, trying to close that gap. And I look up and it was like, I barely made a dent, meaning he was running the same pace that I was. And so, yeah, I ran 64:14. He ran, let me go look what he ran. It doesn't say, which is male. He ran 64:13. Not 64. He ran 63:23 and beat me. And so yeah, that's pretty solid. The guy that I was warned about finished 4th. And so yeah, it's a good day. I'm upset with it, but at the same time, it's still a pretty good race. Like 64, that's within a minute of my PR. And this wasn't really that much of a focus of the race. This wasn't really tapered crazy hard. I still finished the week with like 80. Wow, I should have kept running a little more. 85.96. And so still pretty big week. One more week of big training and we'll do MESA, and that's where I would love to get a massive PB. But yeah, I wish I could have ran a little faster, but it's fine. But yeah, overall, happy with the results. Just ran a little, I should have ran a little smarter and closer to the first place guy, and shouldn't have let the gap open as much as it did. Yeah.